Hi, Helen from crystalsandcrochet.com here. Welcome to part 3 of the Octagonical. In this part we are going to work round 42 through to round 52. Okay, and don't worry if it's a little bit wobbly at the end. So from here up, if you want to see photographs of the whole thing, because it gets to a point now where I can't zoom out enough with the video camera, so if you want to see photographs of the whole thing, then go to the website where you're going to need to go to download the PDF anyway. Okay, let's go. Okay, so round 42 we are going to join with a standing single crochet in the last stitch before any chain 1 point space. Okay, so straight in there, standing single crochet. We are going to single crochet in the chain 1 space. Take your marker out now, and then single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. We're going to skip the next stitch, which is the cluster, and then we're going to make 7 treble in the next chain 2 space. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so just 7 normal trebles, 2, 4, 6, 7 in there. Skip the next stitch, which is the cluster, and then single crochet in the next stitch, which is the single crochet. Okay, and you're going to do that 4 times. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, and we're going to end over here. So once I've done those, I'll catch up with you here again. Okay, so we have done that repeat 4 times. So skip the cluster, 7 treble, skip the cluster, single. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the last single crochet of the last repeat goes into the first single crochet here. So we then have 3 single crochet left to make before we get to the chain 1 space again. Okay, but you've got your single crochet made into your chain 1 space, 4 single crochet coming down. You've still got 4 single crochet coming up this side, but one of them is in this repeat here. Okay, so go ahead, work all the way round. I'm going to repeat that 12 times. Omit the last single crochet and join to that standing single crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Okay, round 43 we are going to join with a standing single crochet in the single crochet made in any chain 1 space. Okay, so it's quite easy to see because we skipped the chain 1 space here. It's quite easy to see which stitch was made into the chain 1 space. Okay, So standing single crochet in there, and then single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so we're going to skip the next stitch, and we are then going to front post double crochet around the 2 treble cluster from round 41. Okay, so that's back down here, front post double. Okay, you're then going to back post single crochet around the next 7 stitches, so make sure that you don't miss that very first one. Okay, so around each of the 7 trebles we're going to make a back post single. Okay, and then you're going to front post double 2 together around the next 2 treble clusters from round 41. Okay, so it's this one and this one. So yeah, front post double around the cluster and through 2, yarn over, around the cluster, through 2, and then through all 3. Okay, you're going to skip the next stitch, which is a single crochet behind, and then repeat. Okay, so back post single around the next 7. 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then front post double around the next 2 clusters. Okay, so around 1, around the next one, and then bring them all together. Okay, you're going to do that 3 times. Okay, so I've already done 2, so let's just whiz along because this is fairly quick. Okay, when you're making your back post stitches, make sure that you're right around the post and you're below all of the top loops and the 3rd loop, and then it folds the top of that shell over really nicely. Okay, double 2 together around those 2 clusters. Okay, so we've done that 3 times. Then again we're going to go round the next 7 stitches with back post singles. Four, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, front post double around the next 2 treble cluster. And there we go. Skip the next stitch, so that's the first single crochet that we're going to skip, and then single crochet in the next 7. 2. Okay, so there's 3. The 4th one goes into the single made in the chain 1 space, and then another 3. Okay, and that is our full repeat. Okay, so they're front post doubles that are going around the clusters, and then back post singles go around each of the shells. Skip 1, the first single crochet and 7, and then you'll skip that one again before you start. Okay, so go ahead and do that 12 times altogether. You're going to omit the last 4 single crochet because you've already made them there on the last repeat. Join to that standing single, fasten off and secure your ends. Okay, round 44, there's a hint at the beginning that says make all puff stitches to the height of a double crochet. Okay, so we are going to join with a standing single crochet in the 6th single of any repeat. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total, so we go into number 6 with a standing single crochet. Okay, chain 1, skip the next stitch, which is that next single crochet, and then puff stitch in the next stitch. Okay, so for a puff stitch we're going to yarn over into, so it's in the front post double that we've done there, in, and then let go tension on your yarn and pull up to the height of a double crochet. Okay, yarn over, in, grab a loop, pull up, height of a double crochet. Okay, and we need to do that 4 times, so that's 2, 3 and 4, and you'll notice I've got no tension on my yarn at all, so it allows that to pull up freely and the hook moves through freely. Yarn over, turn your hook down slightly, pinch and pull through. Okay, and chain 1 to close your puff stitch. Okay, and then we chain 1 again. Okay, so the chain 1 that closes the puff stitch is part of the puff stitch, and where the pattern then asks you to chain 1, that's a separate chain 1. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. So then into that next stitch we're going to single crochet. Okay, skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. So into this front post double crochet 2 together, which is our next stitch, we are going to make 7 treble. Okay, it's a little bit of a reach, so do the yarn over only once, pinch, remove your hook, pull back. You can see you've got a lot of slack yarn there. That's what makes your trebles go baggy. Just put your hook under and back through the working loop and finish your treble. Okay, nice tight top loops. Okay, so we need 7. It's only ever the first one that can go baggy. Okay, so you only need to use that special technique for the first one. Where are we at? 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so we've got 7 treble there, and we're going to repeat this little mini repeat 3 times. Okay, so it's skip 1, 2, 3, single crochet, skip 3, 7 treble. Okay, so that's 1 repeat, and then we're going to do twice more, so 7 treble in here, single crochet, 7 treble, single crochet, and I will join up with you again once I've made that last single crochet in there. Okay, so I've repeated that 1, 2, 3 times, ending with that. Oh no, I've carried on past the repeat because the repeat ends with the trebles, so it's then skip 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and puff stitch in the next stitch. So that's the 3 we're going to skip. The puff stitch is going to go into the front post double. So again, yarn over, into the stitch, let go of your tension, pull up to the height of a double 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yarn over, pinch, pull through, chain 1 to close. Okay, and then we are going to chain 1 again, skip the next stitch, which is the first single, and then single crochet in 5. 4 and 5. Okay, because we made 7 single crochets in the last round, so we're skipping the one at each end, which gives us 5 to work into. Okay, so go ahead and do that 12 times in total, and once you come all the way round back to here, you're going to omit that last single crochet, so just 4 in that last one there. Join to that standing single crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 45. These sort of few rounds almost repeats of each other, but with slight variations because we're going to sort of decrease the number of shells that we make with this pattern, but as I said, almost repeats of each other. So you will find them sort of quite easy to repeat, but do make sure you keep an eye on your stitch count. Okay, so we're going to join with a standing single crochet in the last single of any repeat. Okay, so that's that single there before this chain 1 and puff stitch. Okay. Okie doke, so single crochet in the chain 1 space, front post single around the next stitch, and we're going to do that twice. Okay, so into the chain 1 space and then front post around the next stitch. So your front post stitches are around your puff stitch and your single crochet. Okay, and we've then got another little mini repeat that we're going to do 3 times. Very simple. Back post single around the next 7 stitches, so that is each one of your trebles. 4, 5, 6 and 7, front post around the next stitch, which is your single. Okay, so go ahead and do that 3 times and I'll catch up with you. Okay, so we've done that repeat 3 times. 7 back post singles, 1 front post single. 7, 1, 7, 1. Okay, we are now going to single crochet in the next chain 1 space. We're then going to front post single around the next stitch, which is our puff stitch, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, and then single crochet in the next 5 stitches. And there's number 5. Okay, so you are not skipping any stitches anywhere. Single crochet in the chain 1 space, front post around the puff, single in the chain 1 space, front post around the single, 7 back post, front post, back post, front post, all the way across, single in the chain 1 space, front post single around the puff stitch, single in the chain 1 space, and then 5 single there. Okay, so go ahead and do that all the way round, so it's 12 repeats in total. You are going to omit the last single crochet on the last repeat, join to that single crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 46, we are going to start with a standing single crochet in the last single of any repeat. Okay, so our last single is this one. Let me just double check that because I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Yes, so with round 45 our repeat ended with a single crochet in the next 5 stitches. Okay, so this is the one we're going to work into, not the one that's in the chain space. Okay, so there we go. Okie dokie. And we're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so that's the one made into the chain 1 space and the front post single made around the puff. We're then going to chain 1, we're going to skip the next stitch, that single crochet there, and in this front post single we are going to make a puff stitch. Again, remember the puff stitches are pulled up to the height of a double crochet. Four times all the way through, chain 1 to close, then chain 2 for the pattern, skip the next 3, single crochet in the next one. Okay, so very similar to before, excuse me, but we've got a chain 1 this side, a chain 2 this side. So chain 1 before, chain 2 after the puff stitch on this side. And we are then going to skip the next 3 stitches and make 7 treble into the next stitch, which is that front post single. So again, I'm just going to make sure my top loops are really nice and tight. Okay, so 2, 3 and 7. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 7, correct. And we are going to repeat that twice, so it's 1, 2, 3, single crochet, 1, 2, 3 and 7 treble into the front post single again. Okay, there we've got, that's 2, let's do it properly so we get it nice and tight. That's better. 1, and that is 7, I think. 2, 4, 6, 7, correct. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in there. Okay, now we're going to mirror the other side. So we had a chain 2, well, we did chain 1, puff stitch, chain 2. So this side we're going to do chain 2, skip the next 3 stitches, puff stitch into that front post single up to the height of a double crochet. That's 2, 3 and 4, fasten off and chain 1. Skip the next stitch, which is that one, and then single crochet in 9. So your single crochet is going to start in that, or your 9 single crochet, sorry, you're going to start in that front post one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then number 9 falls in the next front post single made around the puff stitch. Okay, so that is our repeat. Let me zoom out a weeny bit. There we go. Okay, so we've got a chain 1, puff stitch into the front post single, chain 2, skip 3, single, skip 3, shell of treble. Okay, and then we're going to skip 3 and single, and we're going to do that twice. Then it's chain 2, skip 3, puff stitch, chain 1, skip 1, and then single crochet in 9. Okay, so go ahead and do that 12 times. Remember to keep checking the pattern, keep checking your stitch counts are all correct, etc. All the way round, join to the standing single, fasten off and secure your ends. Okay, round 47. We're going to join with a standing single crochet in the last single crochet of any repeat. So that's the 9th single crochet that we did there. Okay, and oops, it's starting to get heavy, sliding off the table. Okay, so we are going to single crochet in the chain 1 space. We're going to front post single around the puff stitch, and then we're going to make 3 single crochet in the chain 2 space. 3, okay, and then front post single around the next stitch, that's the single crochet, and back post single around the next 7. So as I said before, we're basically repeating the same rounds to build up the pineapples, as some folk call them, or whatever. Look more like fir cones to me than pineapples, but anyway, we're going to do that twice. So front post around there, back post around the next 7. 3, 4, 5, oops, 5, 6 and 7, and we're then going to front post single around the next stitch, and then again we've got to mirror this side, so it's 3 single crochet in the chain 2 space, front post single around the puff stitch, 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space, and then single crochet in the next 9. So that is all the way across this group of single crochets again. Let's just double check. That's the one in the chain space, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that. Oops, let's zoom out a bit so we can see what we're looking at. Go ahead and repeat that a total of 12 times. Again, as I said, just keep checking the pattern. The more you read the pattern as well as listening to what I'm saying and watching what I'm doing, the quicker you will learn to be able to read patterns easily. So all the way around, join to the standing single crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 48, we are going to join with a standing single in the last single of any repeat. So let's just double check where our last single is. That, okay. So it's the last of the 9 made across here, so the last one that's in line with the previous last one. Okay, so standing single in there. Let's just zoom in a weeny bit more. There we go. Okay, single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Three and 4. Okay, now we begin our repeat. Okay, so we're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, puff stitch in the next stitch, which again is our front post single, so these are moving up in line, and again to the height of a double crochet. So make sure that you're not putting any tension on that yarn as you lift it up and allow everything to move. Chain 1 to close your puff stitch and then chain 2. Skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next one, and then 7 treble. Skip the next 3 stitches, sorry, 7 treble in the next one, which again is our front post single. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, skip the next 3, single crochet in the next one, and then again we're going to mirror what we've got on the other side. So we're going to chain 2, skip the next 3, puff stitch in the next one, which again is our front post single, up to the height of a double crochet. 2, 3 and 4 times through, chain 1 to close, chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next 17. Okay, so skip that one and then single crochet all the way across to the next repeat. So what have we got? 3, 4, 16 and 17. Okay, so you're going to have 1 single crochet left before that next front post single, okay, because that's the one we're going to skip. Okay, so there's our repeat. So those 5 there we're going to omit on our last repeat, but we start with a chain 1 skip, puff stitch, chain 2, skip 3, single, skip 3, 7 treble, skip 3, single, skip 3, chain 2, puff stitch, chain 1, single in 17. Okay, so again, just keep referring to the pattern to help you stay on track. Check all your stitch counts, make sure everything's in the right positions, and all the way round, join to your standing single crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 49, we're going to join with a standing single crochet in the last single crochet of any repeat. Okay, so again it's the one that comes before the chain 1 space and puff stitch. In we go. Right, let's just zoom in a wee bit. There we go. Okay, so single crochet in the chain 1 space, front post single around the puff stitch, 3 single crochet in the chain 2 space, front post single around the next stitch, which is the single crochet, and then back post single around the next 7. Sorry, excuse Mr. J shouting in the background there. Okay, 6 and 7, and then again front post around the next stitch, which is a single crochet, 3 single crochet in the chain 2 space, front post single around the puff stitch, single crochet in the chain 1 space, and then single crochet in the next 17 stitches. Okay, now, oops, one of the colourways, the balance one, when you finish this round you will join with a slip stitch and continue on with the same colour. With the other two colourways, you're going to join and fasten off when you're finished, because we're going to change colour again with the next round. Okay, nearly there. 15, 16 and 17. Okay, so again, make sure that you read the pattern and check, but that's your repeat 12 times all the way around. Join to the standing single crochet. As I said, if you're continuing with the same colour, which is the balance yarn pack, then join with a slip stitch. If you're using either of the other two yarn packs, then you're going to join and fasten off. Okay? Okay, so there is the stitch that I joined to. So it's the single crochet made into the last single crochet of any repeat, so it's this one here. If you are continuing with the same colour and using the balance yarn pack, chain 1, half double crochet in that stitch and in the next one. If you are joining with a new colour, then join with a standing, oops, my yarn's tangled, join with a standing half double and half double in the next stitch. Right, okay, I am going to start on the next repeat round purely because I don't like having two sets of tail ends in the same place. Okay, so I'm just going to move around one. So the single crochet made into the last single crochet, if you like, and we're going to half double crochet in that one and half double crochet in the next one, if I can get my hook through that last loop. Let me start that again. Right, standing half double crochet in there. There we go. Half double crochet into the next one, which is your single crochet that was made into a chain one space. Okay, so they are the first 2 stitches you're going to make, or the last 2 stitches of your final repeat. Okay, so you are going to single crochet in the next 17 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 16 and 17 brings us into that front post single. Okay, so your 17 stitches go from front post single to front post single across the top there. You're now going to sorry, everything's getting heavy, it keeps sliding off the table. Half double in the next 2. Okay, and then double crochet in 15. 1, 2, 3, 14 and 15, and then half double crochet in the next 2. Okay, so the last half double crochet comes into the single crochet made in the chain one space. Okay, that is our repeat. So basically what we're starting to do now is we're starting to form a full circle. Okay, so it's 17 single, 2 half double, 15 double, 2 half double. Make sure that you've got your stitch counts right. Check your placement, so your singles go from the front post above that puff stitch to the front post above that puff stitch, 2 half double, 15 double, 2 half doubles. Okay, your half double finishes in that single crochet made into the chain one space there. Okay, go ahead and do that 12 times. Omit the last 2 half double crochet and join to that first or standing half double crochet with a slip stitch. Okay, round 51. We're going to chain 3. Counts as a double crochet, or you can make a starting double there if you prefer, and then we're going to double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and then our repeat starts with 2 double crochet in the next stitch, okay, half double in 5, 3, 4 and 5, single in 5, 2, 3, 4 and 5, half double in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're then going to 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so you're increase, which is your 2 double crochet in the same stitch, fall in the last single crochet and the first one. Okay, and we're then going to double crochet in the next 9 stitches. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, and we're going to repeat that again because it says to do it twice. So it's 2 double crochet in the next stitch, okay, and then double crochet in the next 9. Three, 4, just double check that, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and make sure that on that second repeat the last double crochet falls into that last half double. Okay, so that is our repeat. So the little landmarks, if you like, are that you'll make 2 double crochet at the beginning of the repeat, which will fall into the single crochet made into the front post single. Sorry, excuse my wind chimes. You've then got 5 half double, 5 single, 5 half double. You then going to do another little repeat, 2 double crochet, and again that falls into the stitch made into that front post single. 9 double, 2 double, 9 double. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that all the way round, so 12 times, and then we're going to omit the last 2 double crochet. I'm going to join to the top of the chain 3 with a slip stitch, and again remember to use a smaller size hook for your slip stitch joins so that it keeps them nice and small and neat and you don't end up gaining extra stitches. Okay, round 52. This is the last round of part 3. So as a hint, use stitch markers, place a stitch marker in the last stitch of each repeat just to help you with your stitch count. Okay, so just get that up there so it doesn't all slide off. You're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and we're then going to double crochet in the next 10 stitches. Okay, so obviously chain 3 sits above chain 3, or if you've used a starting double crochet, the 2 will sit above each other. So 1, 2, 3, let me just whiz round these 10 and come back. So that's a chain 3 plus 10 double crochet. So that last double crochet there is going to be the last stitch of the final repeat. Okay, so just popping that there just means that if you lose track a little bit of your stitch count, you've not got quite so far to come back to work everything out. Okay, so we're going to 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2. Then we are going to double crochet in the next 13 stitches. 1, 2, 3, that's 12 and 13. Let me just double check that. There's 2 in that one, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 13. Then 2 in the next one. Okay, and then double crochet in the next 10. This is the sort of round that can very easily trip you up because it's all just plain double crochets, but the increases, they are evenly spread. So you're going to do a 2 double crochet in 13, 2 double crochet in 10, 2 double crochet in 13. Where are we at? Where's my increase? There. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. But it's very easy to either do too many 13s together or too many 10s together, so do keep your eye on what you are doing. Okay, so we've got 2 double crochet, 13, 2 double crochet, 10, 2 double crochet, and then 13 again. What's that? 2, 3, that's 12 and 13. Okay, so that is our repeat. So we can pop a stitch marker into that last one there. Okay, so 2 double crochet, 13, 2, 10, 2, 13, and start all over again. So obviously on the last repeat you've actually already made 11, so you're only going to have 2 more to make here after the last increase. So go ahead, work all the way round, join to the top of the chain 3, join to the top of the chain 3, fasten off, secure your ends, work away all of your ends so that everything is nice and neat and tidy, and I will see you for part 4.